Jimmy, to win the league. Arsenal didn't win the league.
We're not expecting to win the league this year. You said challenge.
You've spent 550 million.
Yo, we're not doing that. I don't care about how much money.
You've spent 550
million. I don't care. That's what
you compete.
I don't care. No, that's what you say.
Away from that, again, there's plenty of other players. I would have said where you guys aren't showing your ambition is not just in the front line, though. At the back. You guys had the opportunity to go get Double M, Magic Mike for 20 million euros, but you wanted to haggle and be like, nah, I've got 15 for you. But then you want to go and overpay for all these other players like Gittens, who's worth 40, paid 55. And
we paid 42.
Yeah, it's actually the deal going up to 55. So
yeah, add-ons. We ain't doing
Jimmy,
add-ons.
We're talking about add-ons. That's what we do.
Okay, so Mudryk was $100 million then?
I don't know what dollars is. Pounds or euros?
Jords,
I don't know.
Okay, so we want to play stupid. So Mudryk was 100.
No, how much is 100 million?
Sterling?
I don't know.
No,
bro,
he wasn't. He was 62. He was 62.
Oh, and guess what? You still got ripped off. So you still overpaid.
Either way, it's not 100 million. So it's a difference. So to add on those add-ons is just it's not really reality.
But with Bino Gittens, I'm going by the feed that has been out there. And I'm saying with Pedro, we're saying 55, we're saying 55. That's just what's been out there. Yeah, you guys could pay upwards of that. So when I'm looking at these deals, and again, I'm looking at the Magic Knight deal, it's like, why could you guys not allocate an extra 6 million to sign a goalkeeper that is, again, bona fide experience?
Because we can get him for free.
When you're going to get him for free? When?
We can get him for free. His contract is up.
In January, bro.
Right? In January, his contract.
Yeah, in January. Yeah, we could get him for free.
So in January, you got to wait.
That's why we're not trying to bend
when Robert Sanchez might lose you 2 or 3 games before then.
He might. He just might.
And how probable is that, Jimmy? How you told me?
Very
well,
trash. He's trash. But guess what? But you know what else I know? With the same Robert Sanchez, if we had a real fucking striker this year, we would have been. You could down. Hold on, wait. Hold on.
No, do you know what? I'm only. Don has told me this shit for about a year, so that's why
it's the reality.
It goes through my head every time I hear missed chances, because Don says this shit to me every week. Oh, we missed chances.
How do you win goals?
How do you win games?
How do you win games?
Jimmy, everyone misses chances.
I understand that, but if you miss chances and then you don't win the game, then that's a direct reason why you didn't win the game.
But
right?
if you sign players that aren't gifted at clinical
that's what we did this year. We signed the striker that's way better than the one we just had.
Who?
Way better.
Liam Delap's not way better.
I'm saying it with chest. Liam Delap is way better than fucking Nico Jackson. He's a way better finisher. And that's what we need. I don't care about, he can spin and roll a player. Oh, look at his off the ball movement. Fuck all of that. He can put the ball in the back of the net. And that's what we need. Jackson cannot put the ball in the back of the net. He had 10 goals with 19 fucking misses. There's nothing wrong with having 19 misses, but you got to have about 19 goals. That's the balance. All those guys you see with big misses, because they all have a lot of misses. Your Hollands, all those guys, all of them, a lot of misses. But the difference is they have a lot of makes. Our difference is, out of all those misses with Jackson, he doesn't balance it with makes. So, yeah, if Delap have 19 big chances missed this year, I guarantee you he has at least 16, 17 goals. I promise you.
I get what you're saying, but again, like with this Delap, I think Delap's good. But we need to see him be in front of goal in a team that's going to be creating this many chances to see how he's going to do. Because let's have it right. He played for Ipswich, a team that would have been playing.
I don't mind that. But then you can't give me Bucharest, bro. You can't give me Bucharest. Y'all can't tell me Bucharest play in a shit league. Bucharest league is a half a click better than the championship.
You're right, Jimmy. But did he or did he not do what you're supposed to do when you play in a shit league? You're supposed to score more goals than games you played. And guess what? He done that. He scored more goals than games he played in. He averaged more than 1 goal a game. And
so
guess what? You would say, wait, Jimmy, is that not what a guy should do in a shit league?
Yeah, but my point being, if I take Bucharest, the same Bucharest that you hyping up, and I put him in Ipswich, what we talking about?
But I think looking at it like that would be just wrong because I'm evaluating what we see in front of us. I'm not saying Delap for Ipswich or for Chelsea doesn't score more goals than he did for Ipswich. But I'm saying the way that Ipswich played would have also allowed him to score more goals because a lot of his goals, I don't know if you saw the type of striker Delap is. Proper Englishman, get up, elbow in the neck.
No, bad description. No, we're not doing that.
Wait,
no, we're not doing that. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie.
It's a lie when you don't let me finish. It's a lie until I finish. How about
That's a lie.
Let me finish. No. He's a rough.
Let's not do this. 1 at a time.
He's a rough and tough striker. He will get in behind, play the ball over the last defender. He's fast. Gonna get in behind and make use of that space.
That's cheeky, though.
That's what he done. That's what he done for a lot of goals for Ipswich. I'm not saying it's wrong or it's bad.
But you're not describing him as a player. What you're describing is not a true description of what Delap is. Delap can dribble. He can dribble. Delap used to play as a right winger at Hull. So don't tell me. Delap he played for Man City. No, you play for Man City, you have to have some tech unless you signed from somewhere else. He was in their academy. Delap used to play right wing for Hull. A winger. Not like.
I get your point. I'm not. Wait. Again, you didn't say what I said wrong. You just said that he can dribble.
No, yes, you said he's no. You tried to describe him as a Brexit footballer, like a Chris Wood.
No, I didn't. You didn't listen.
That's what you said, bro.
To listen, I said he is a very English striker because if you watch him, do you know?
But he's not. He has
who Craig Bellamy is. You know who Craig Bellamy is.
He does 1-2s. He dribble past players.
Do you know who Craig Bellamy is?
Yo, you are giving a wrong description of the last game, bro.
Answer my question. Do you know who Craig Bellamy is?
Yeah, I know who Craig Bellamy is.
Okay, so Craig Bellamy was a very English footballer, but very similar to Delap. Is in a lot. He can take the ball out on wide and dribble. He's rough and tough. He's got that, that tenacity about him, that he's tenacious. He's small. He likes to get in battles. But that's the English part about him. He's still a good finisher. He's still good in front of goal.
But I
question whether Delap can be a 25 goal a season striker.
But we don't need him to score 25 goals. This idea that your striker has to score 25 goals in the Prem is bullshit.
A team that's bullshit. The league, I'm not being funny. It's proven that a team that wins the league needs a 25 goal a season player. Whether that's a striker.
I don't think we could win the league, but I think we could be there.
The last couple years, and the reason I'm saying this, Jimmy, is because when I talk about Chelsea this season, as I said to Ches, my expectation is you compete for the league. So when I'm saying about 25 goal a season strikers, because my expectation is you go out there and compete with Liverpool. Liverpool only won the league because Salah bagged so many goals. When Man City won the league, it's because they signed Haaland who bagged so many. You guys don't have someone that bags loads of goals, so I don't think you can compete for the league.
I'm gonna kill this. I'm gonna kill this whole. That what you just said is crap. Arsenal lost the league by 1 point. They had no fucking bagsman, bro. What are we talking about? They had no bagsman.
They never won it. We're talking about winning it. Talk about
they had no bagsman.
Don't tell me who come close. Don't tell me who come close.
You just said to win the league, you gotta have a 20 plus blah blah blah. If Son scores that goal against City, Arsenal wins the league with no fucking bagsman. What are we talking about, George?
All right, so what we're talking about is I just said, like you said, Jimmy, to win the league. Arsenal didn't win the league.
We're not expecting to win the league this year. You said challenge.
You've spent 550 million.
Yo, we're not doing that. I don't care about how much money.
You've spent 550 million.
I don't care. That's what
you compete.
I don't care. No, that's what you say. That's your bullshit. That's your bullshit. I don't give a fuck.
If you don't.
Listen, that ain't how I judge my team about how much money you spend. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. The team that spends the most money does not win the league. So stop trying to fucking correlate it. It doesn't go that way.
How many times do people get onto Pep Guardiola? Oh, he's had so much money.
I don't care about what other people do. I don't do that. I don't care. I don't do that. I don't do that. Talk about what I do. Because I don't never talk about how much money spend. You know why? Every fucking team spend money. There's no team that's broke.
On my
Everybody
life,
team, it's valuable. It's valued pretty much the fucking same. If you look at United, if you look at Liverpool, if you look at Chelsea, if you look at Arsenal, and you look at the value of the players, they're all the fucking same. Now, how much you paid for them, but what the value of the players are. And just look, they got charts that show you they're pretty much all the fucking same. So don't tell me it's how much we spend. Everybody spend. Everybody spend. So if you spend more than me, that don't mean I should win. Leicester City won the league. They ain't spend shit. So there's many ways to skin a cat. Don't tell me that because Chelsea spent money, we got to win the league. That's bullshit.
Leicester won the league 1 year where it's an anomaly that now Leicester are an example of what you should copy. No, it's an anomaly for a reason.
You know why it wasn't an anomaly? Let me show you why.
When a scientist does research, they don't use the one-off option as an example. They use the years of 20 years of research they've done as an example.
This is sport. Right. You know the beauty of sports?
20 years, you need a 20-goal a season striker to win the league.
You know the beauty of sports? It's not fucking science. Sports is not science.
George hasn't got long, so he's asking some questions. But George, I think the point Jimmy's trying to make, to add a bit of tempo to this chat, someone's reminding me, is that just because we spent 2 billion, in theory, that means we should win the league and Champions League every year. But in reality, the team isn't there.
I said 12 months.
Yeah, you get my point. You get my point. The general
consensus. Bullshit, man. You get the point. It ain't money. If you ain't got the proper coach, proper chemistry, none of that matter. None of that matter. Don't miss me with that money shit.
In one breath, people will say your team isn't good enough, but then they'll say, but you spend 1.9 billion is a mess. So we need to have a clear point of view where we're going with this. Do you believe, I know you said it already, but Jimmy's here now to respond, Chelsea signed Delap, Zhao, and Kudus would not be enough to challenge for the Premier League? Yes or no?
No. It's 100% not good enough to sign.
And by the way, for the record, what do you count as challenging for the Premier League? So we can use some tangible.
What I will say is last season, you was not in a title race. For those who... Newsflash, and Jimmy, you agree because I've seen you say it plenty of times on show, but you know Don and Ches didn't. They still to this day think they challenged for the title last year.
No,
they was in a title race.
I said that when we was close. I told people
I know you said that, Jimmy, but many people didn't. So I'm just putting out there, title race is when you're in March and April. And
yes, I was about to say that's the title race.
That's the title race. Everything before then, no one cares. Nobody cares.
That's not a title race. The title race is when you down in March and you within 6 to 7 points. That's a title race.
When did I say Chelsea and title? I said we were in it to or not.
Like, no, you said earlier that Chelsea was in the title. When we was in the title
halfway
race
through the season, though, yeah.
There's no title race halfway through the season. That's the point. It's not a race.
There's no such thing as the title race. Yeah.
Hey, listen. For me, I get what you man are saying in terms of like to the book. You're not in the title race until like May, March. I get it. But I'm saying if I'm first in the league in December, I'd expect my team to be at least top 3 by flipping March. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
So technically, if I'm top 3, if we're talking 20 points difference, obviously not, but we're talking within 10 points. We're technically in the title race, no? That's what I'm saying. That's it. Logic, not feelings. Just how it looks.
I say anything within 6, 7 points.
There we go. So if Chelsea
in March and April, we're talking about.
Yeah, March and
I
April.
know that. But George, if we beat Everton, we'd be top of the league in January. Facts. So then if we're in March and we're second, third, people will still be saying, even though we dropped off, we're still in title race. We just dropped off.
So next season, let me just clarify. I am wrong if we're in March and April and you guys are 4, 5, 6 points off the top, then I'm wrong. But if we're in those months,
you would agree
with 10 points off, then I'm right.
No, you would agree with.
I don't expect Chelsea to be in no title fight. I expect us to be nearing the ball scrapping. My main thing is, I think we can go. I give us a better chance of winning Champions League than winning the title. Personally. Give us a better chance to win the Champions League than winning.
Either one's good.
Wait, I just need to. This is where. All right, so this is what I need to understand before I do head out. Is obviously every year you want improvement, right? Every year you want to improve when you have a manager and you make all these signings. So what is is fourth unacceptable this season because you finished fourth last year, and is that because you haven't improved?
If we win a major, no.
But if you don't win a major and you just finish fourth,
if we win a major, finish fourth, we stagnated, which isn't good. I agree.
So you have to finish third next year.
We've regressed because that means we wouldn't have won a trophy.
That's my my point. So next, what's your expectation this season? Then that's what I would want to know. That's my point.
No Chelsea fan would disagree with that, though. You're saying
no, but I need to know the expectation so I can understand.
I've said for me, title race and a trophy. We keep winning. The reason why we laugh at Arsenal is because they don't win. If Arsenal were winning FA Cups and title challenging and losing, I wouldn't be laughing at them because at least you're winning something. But the issue is when you keep challenging, you don't win nothing, and then you're going to me, yeah, but we're second. Who cares? Like, go win something. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, as a Chelsea fan, if Chelsea charge for the title and win a trophy, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Champions League, dare I say it, if we win that, then we're clear. But everything else, cool. You progressed in the league and you've won a trophy still. It's not hard.
All right, and then Jimmy.
Yeah, that's it. What's a major?
You said you don't expect
a major is a Prem, Champs, and arguably FA Cup. What do you two think about FA Cup being a major? Quickly.
Yeah, FA Cup's a major.
Yeah, FA Cup.
What are you, Jimmy? Cool. So 3 of them you can win. Cool. Go on,
all right, so then Jimmy, you obviously said you don't expect a title race. So if you don't expect a title race, but also fourth is, let's have it right.
I expect to stay in top 4, and I expect, I'm looking to win a domestic trophy of some sort.
Calm.
Yeah.
And so if you just stay in the top 4, let's say you finish 4th, no trophy, and it's unacceptable for a season. I don't know about. Everything is. I need the context of it, like how the season, like what it look like. How many injuries did we get? Lavia wasn't available for 9 months.
I don't care about that. I'm not talking about injuries. I'm talking about what's the gap? What's the gap within the top 4? The top 4 compared to everybody else. What's the gap? What's the gap between 4 and 3 and 2?
That's a good point.
All those things matter to me.
Like just to say top 4. That's a good point.
It's too vague to just say.
But that's my point, though. Is I think.
I expect to be in Champions League next year, without a doubt. I expect to go deep in Champions League this year. Same. Yeah. I expect to go deep in Champions League. I'm talking about quarters, semis, that type of shit.
George, think about this. I keep telling people this. Jimmy was here the other day. I said it. Chelsea made the quarterfinals. We finished 12th under Potter, bro. We lost to Real Madrid 3-1. We didn't even get popped. And that team was dismantled.
Whoa. We kind of got fucked over. We could have won. We could have won.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to tell Jords. Yeah. You put remember the games.
Fuck.
Chelsea fans always have an excuse in it. That's the
not an excuse. I'm just saying the handball from fucking
Jimmy.
Hold on. When I say we got fucked, I'm not talking about by a bad call. I didn't say we got cheated. I said we got fucked. We had a goal that we could have if Marcus Alonso just knocked the ball in with his body instead of the ball hitting his hand. We beat Real Madrid. We would have eliminated them. You just don't remember what happened. I don't expect you to because you're not a Chelsea fan.
It's just sounding. It's just sounding like every time.
They making no excuse for nothing. We lost.
Saying,
I had to drop an excuse. I said we got fucked because we had a goal go in that would have gave us the game, and the goal didn't count.
Paying for Jords if he leaves. I've got to shout out Jords' channel on that. Be out Jords. Descriptions there and below as well, and in the title. But the thing is, Jords, we were crap. 12th in the league. Arsenal packed us in. We still got quarterfinal. Real Madrid respectable, like deep it. So this season with my team, Enzo, Palmer, potentially Kudus, João, Delap, Pedro Neto, like we're talking about one of the best teams in the Champions League. We'll go in the Champions League next year. People predict us to be at least 5th, 6th runners up, 100%. You might laugh at that and go, "What?"
I'm not laughing. It could be in it.
Guess what, George? I'm in the quarterfinal. How about that? I'm in the quarters.
Let's see if you win it.
I might even be in semis next week.
Make it to the final and win the trophy. People only care about who wins, not come second or first. So that's what I don't want to hear about Arsenal. I know your point. I'm just letting it be known. That's what I'm saying. Nobody cares about second or third.
I want to challenging. Your question wasn't about winning because you deflected a little bit, George. At first, it was Ches, you're going to title challenge. Then you went, it's about winning. So if we're doing title challenge, then we could definitely do that.
Of course. If you guys have a title race next year, I think it's a good season for you guys. But I was just saying the signings for me don't allude to that being the goal for the club, and that's where the confusion for me has been, innit? But look, it remains to be seen. Big up to everyone. Big up to you guys. Big up to people in the chat. Make sure you smash the likes. I'm gonna head out now, but big up to Jimmy. Big up to Ches. Show love to everyone's channels. We'll definitely do this again because I've got plenty.
Yeah, we'll go on Jords' channel, Jimmy's channel. We'll all do content.
Yeah, we're gonna run this up. I see the people want to see the Jimmy and Jords back to. We're gonna do something soon. We'll do something
Especially
soon.
when the season starts and y'all playing like shit. We definitely need to get together.
Hey, Jords, we beat you again at your stadium. We'll be there.